Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nurwardina Safia binti Muhammad Zaini and my matric number is 281452. In this video, me and my groupmates are going to share about activity-based costing in service industry. Activity-based costing, or also known as ABC system, may have been developed and implemented by manufacturers, but its benefits have led to the adoption within the service industry. Why is ABC appropriate for service industries? This is because the objective of an ABC system is to identify the key activities that generate costs and to keep track of how many activities are involved in the production of a product. Findings from previous study indicate that many industries use the ABC method with positive outcome. The ABC is the accurate method to find out information in respect of the cost compared to the other traditional methods. The first service industry that we are going to touch on is healthcare industry. How does ABC works in healthcare industry? ABC is the costing technique that allows organizations to determine the actual costs associated with their services based on the resources they consume and quantitatively all the costs and performance of activities, resources, and cost items, especially in laboratory. For example, procedures, investigation, and laboratory tests. An ABC form was used to collect the cost of every diagnostic laboratory services carried out in each unit. There were 2.7 million investigations undertaken at all units in the Department of Diagnostic Laboratory Service in 2011, as stated in Malaysian Journal of Public Health Medicine. There were two types of costs used in this study, which is direct costs and overhead costs. The component of direct costs consists of four, which are human resource, consumables, reagent, and equipment. Human resource is the cost of each work process for each diagnostic laboratory services with the number of staff involved, grade, years of service, and the time period of performing the work. Consumable is the cost of all consumables used during the diagnostic laboratory services, such as plain tube, slide, and petri dish, while reagent is the cost of all material reagent used during the testing laboratory diagnostic. Equipment is the cost of the equipment used in the performance of diagnostic laboratory services, include the cost of equipment and the purchase of equipment and also the cost of depreciation. On the other hand, overhead costs consist of three components, which are administrative, maintenance, and utility. Administrative costs assessed based on the cost of employment staff in the hospital, while maintenance costs are costs involved in terms of maintenance of electrical, mechanical, civil, biomedical, and many more. For utility costs, these costs include the cost of the use of electricity, water, telephone, and facsimile in the year. Cost was estimated using this calculation. Total cost equal to cost of human resource plus cost of consumable plus cost of reagent plus cost of equipment plus cost of administrative and plus cost of utility. By using the ABC method, it was found that the cost of the human resource is one of the cost components that are the largest from the total overall cost, and the finding also suggests that the cost of equipment and consumable material at the laboratory is a significant contributor to the capital cost. cost of chest X-ray via the ABC method in the radiology department, and it is found that the total cost of chest X-ray in the radiology department is RM5.65, where the cost of the consumable is higher as 76.8% of the total cost belong to the X-ray firm alone. The survey result also revealed the capacity of unused resources in various departments. Results from earlier studies have indicated that ABC method can reduce the wastage rate. ABC method of the hospital management will find a cost that is not directly accurate and applicable for improving analysis and decision making on revenue and costs. Nevertheless, the most difficult challenges in the health and medical field is determining the true cost of a procedure that has been adequately presented. The need to transition from the traditional costing approach to ABC is necessitated by a lack of precise costing information in medical services. Lastly, ABC gives a lot of advantages to the healthcare industries. For example, ABC method can be equally important in providing knowledge of the activities carried out and can provide accurate cost calculation and component costs. Implementation of ABC in healthcare industry required not only changes by calculation procedures, but may also change the way of their organization functioning. The information can be used to guide healthcare providers or specialists to make informed decisions regarding the use of appropriate investigation in order to reduce wastage of resources and enhance service efficiency in managing the patient. That is all from implementation of activity-based costing in healthcare industry. We will move to the next one, which is implementation of activity-based costing in insurance companies, that will be presented by Barati Gunalan.
My name is Barati and my matrix number is 272904. Today I am going to present about the implementation of activity-based costing in insurance industry. Insurance industry makes a significant part of the financial sector in many developed countries with developed capital market. Insurance companies are facing with the same changing environment as manufacturing and other service companies. Globalization, technology development, global competition, new competitors on market, changes in customers' preference are the key factors that change rapidly and significantly business environment in which insurance companies operate. Activity-based costing is the tool that can help managers in insurance companies to correctly identify and analyze customers and products' profitability and to obtain accurate and appropriate information regarding the activity cost. Management of insurance companies is trying to increase profitability in two ways, which is by focusing on product and customers that are the most profitable based on activity-based costing, and by outsourcing or modifying non-value added activities. Next is the assumption and precondition of implementation of activity-based costing in insurance companies. Activity-based costing gives management in insurance companies information regarding the cost of particular activity and non-value added activity, the cost of particular product, the customer, and channel profitability. In order to apply activity-based costing in insurance company, there are three main factors must be defined, which is activities within a company, cost delivers for every identified activity, and cost objects. The main assumption of activity-based costing is that cost object consume activities and activities consume resources. Resource costs are assigned to activities based on their use of those resources, and activity costs are reassigned to cost object based on the cost object's proportional use of the activities. Cost objects are usually insurance product, customer, or channel. Activity should be defined in every area of an insurance company, from the corporate level to the profit centers or operational level. The Second is process of activity based on costing implementation in insurance companies. The implementation of activity-based costing in service companies and insurance companies as well is usually carried out through the following phrases. First is form a cross-functional team, identify cost object, item for which there was a need of cost information, identify activities, identify cost delivers, attribute activity of cost to object. The most critical tasks in implementation of activity-based costing in insurance companies are identification of activities and specifying and assigning costs to activities. In insurance company, activities can be divided on prior activities, those activities that precede the making of product, and consequential activities, activities that are followed after the product is made. Lastly, setting up model for activity-based costing implementation in insurance company. Model for implementation of activity-based costing is presented on the basis of one department in insurance companies that carries out two major activities, which is processing applications and handling claims. For the purpose of activity-based costing implementation, it is necessary to identify activities within every department or responsibility center in insurance company. Costs occur at the level of department should be assigned to certain activities within the department and then reassigned to cost object based on identified cost driver. At the department level, there are costs that can be directly assigned to certain activities and costs that need to be allocated several activities. The allocation of department costs to activity is based on labor time needed to perform certain activities. Thank you.
My name is Tharshini Badmanathan. My metric number is 278218. Today I would like to present about implication of activity-based costing in hotel industry. How does activity-based costing works in a hotel industry? Activity-based costing is an costing process that enables hotel to assign overhead activity cost of a firm to the specific product and service it produced and delivered. Compared to the traditional process, ABC assigned a overhead and indirect cost, less irritability, and focused on the true relationship between cost, overhead activities, and related product manufactured or produced or service delivered by hotel. In addition, hotels market two types of products in the hotels and motel industry. For sake of simplicity, let us call them services standard product and services custom product. Standard product is lot simpler than custom product. So hotel produce standard product in large batch size compared to custom product which is produced in a smaller batch size. Furthermore, step to implementing ABC system in hotel industries. Identify and classify the major activities and assign overhead costs to each activity. Establishing cost pool for each activities based on the hotels and the motels dynamic. Secondly, identify a cost driver for each activity cost pool, allocating total cost associated with each activity to the relevant pool. Thirdly, calculate the activity-based overhead rate for each cost pool, calculating per unit cost based on the relevant cost driver. Lastly, assign overhead costs to each services, dividing the amount in each pool by estimated total usage of the cost driver. Then the unit cost is multiplied by the number of units of the cost driver of that specific product. Activity-based costing can improve the costing process at hotels in three prominent ways. First step, by increasing the number of cost pools. ABC help in identifying the activities that are being performed by organizations' resources. Often, too narrow allocation can result in unclear understanding of both activities and how resources spent on them. Second step, by assigning cost of various activities that are segmented based on the role they performed in overall processes. Instead of treating all indirect cost as one organization-wide pool, ABC pools their cost based on each activities. Finally, assigning costs to respective products, services, and customers' activity in organizing using activity cost drivers. In conclusion, ABC can be applied in service industry other than those described here. It can be increasingly important for companies. Those markets are becoming more competitive. Since ABC is really about cost management, using it allows service companies to reduce and control their costs in order to make a correct pricing and other decisions, and to increase their profitability. It is likely to continue to become more prevalent in the service industry in the future.